doing the right thing is rarely cost effective. Like, it takes time, or it costs money, or maybe you just don't make as much money by doing the right things for people. And I think that, that is where it's really challenging, because again, like, is why I think it's so important to have like your values be your beacon, especially if you're running your own business. Because again, yes, I could take more clients. Yes, I could pack my schedule. I would be exhausted, to our last point, but I would make so much more money and all this and that, but I wouldn't be my best self for those clients. So when you're talking about like, needing to really be your best self and show up for every client in that way, I mean, that means that I need to schedule fewer sessions in the day. I need to reserve the bandwidth a little bit, because there's only so much of me to go around in one day. And it's really hard, right? Because when someone calls and they have an interview that pops up last second and they're like, do you have any time today? And I'm like, I'm like blocked till like 7 p.m., but I guess I could talk to you at 7. Like, are you free at 7? And like, I'm very much a people pleaser, again, working on that in therapy, but it's this ability of, yes, I can help you. But it really took me a while, like now being 2 full years into my practice, right? Okay, I'm only going to take X number of clients a day. I'm only going to allow for myself to piece off this much of my bandwidth in a day. Because if I don't set up those boundaries for myself, I'm going to be completely fried. And then I'm not putting out great work, and a client is going to be, the one that has to deal with that. Like, yeah, that sucks, and that's the part of me that like, they're depending on me, coming back to the dependability. They're depending on me to be at my best for that. And so, I think this is where people say, oh, well, you see fewer people and you raise your rates, because then it's like, still blah, blah, blah. And it's like, sure, like I've definitely adjusted my pricing over time. And as my processes become more efficient, absolutely. But I really also have this barrier and this struggle around the affordability piece, because that is something I don't want to abandon, because it's the reason why I started this practice. So there's definitely a part of me that's sort of accepted that my millions in life will come from the lottery or come from somewhere else. I mean, I just bought a house by myself in October. I'm doing great, so I'm not saying I'm not making any money, but it's just one of those things that I think a lot of people see that struggle, and they go through that struggle when they're thinking of how am I giving back to people, especially if they're running their own business, and what does that balance really look like from time, money, and doing the right thing. Like, those 3 components have to align in some way that's mutually beneficial